So I'm just going to talk quickly about cybersecurity. I actually asked the head of our cyber group to come here and do it, but with what's going on in the world today, he's just really busy and doesn't have the time, right? I mean, Micah said it today, they seem to know everything about you all the time, especially if you're on Equifax. Right? 143 million people, their data was taken. 143. So, you know, that's, and they did a fine job of kind of like not notifying everybody. There's got to be dozens upon dozens of class action lawsuits now that they're facing and government scrutiny. And that was their business, right? Now they seem to know everything about me, my birthday, that I can shoot with both hands playing basketball, my son's favorite food, whatever it is. So it's not if it's going to happen, it's kind of when, right? And it's not just something just happening in our industry, it's all over the country, or all over every industry that's out there. But in our industry, and I don't know how much of the stuff you pay attention to within the news, in the last year you've had Arby's, right? Not only do they have the meats, but they also have malware. They had that on their system for about 4 months, where they were capturing and taking payment information, credit card data. Right? Chipotle also had I think it was called a notice of security infringement, and it took them about a month to find out that they also had violations around payment information. Right? These are big companies that pay a lot of money for protection and cyber. There was another group, it's all from memory, but it's pretty good. Sabre Hospitality, I don't know if anybody knows them, they're very active in the hotel space. 36,000 units where there was a breach. Also, again, going after payment information, employee data, banking information. And I keep saying it's not if it's going to happen, it's when. Last year, Shoney's was breached. Noodles and Company had a breach, cost their shareholders roughly $15 million. Also cost the CEO his job. Right? Again, all those same things. And has anyone ever, I mean, we've all heard of phishing emails, right? Where if you haven't, they're happening a lot. I've had plenty of clients call me up and go, I got this email from somebody they claim they work for the IRS or the State Department that I owe back taxes. Shouldn't I pay it? Another client the other day, his CFO got a phishing email and she wire transferred $50,000 to some fraudulent bank account, right? Because that's what's going on out there. But there are other things also, and I am far from an expert. I'm just doing everything. I paid attention to the call yesterday. But there are other ways they're trying to get in there. And there are loopholes. I think they call it zero-day exploits. Is that right? I think I had that right. Or uploading malware or ransom emails, right? And that was roughly, I think last year alone they paid, there was about $850 million paid for ransomware. There's also denying access for people where then others can get in and steal the data. They're after the payment information, your employees' data, your banking information. And the reason I'm really just bringing this up is that we're adopting technology to really help us run our business. We need to make sure as a whole that we're also protecting that data, or we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Right? You talked quickly about blockchain, right? It would have been, I think probably would have been good for Chipotle if they're using blockchain to track some of their food. So that's kind of it. I think for you as a whole, what you need to know about is make sure that one, the technology you're adopting has security, has gone through certified testing of their product to make sure that it's as cyber protective as possible. Your own website should have situations where people can't get in through web applications. That's how Equifax was breached. And that your people are trained properly about what they can and cannot do. In my firm alone, one of the policies we have, if someone asks me for my password or gives me their password, they're to be terminated that day. Right? And we educate them on that because the last thing we want is a breach for our firm, then all your data gets out in the marketplace. So that was my messaging on that. Isn't that good news to go into a break? Why don't we jump into a break and then come back? Hopefully the drilling will be rectified. We'll be up to painting and we'll go on to the next one. Thank you.